Back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to generate PDF via an Android plugin for your Godot game engine. So I will show you the output first. So here is my running device, and as you can see I have one button and one label. So the button will generate a PDF and save it to the downloads folder of the user's device, and the label will just display whether the generation of PDF and download was successful or not. I am not showing a local notification once the PDF is downloaded, like I have already created a video on how to display local notification. So if you are curious, you can merge those two code and get the desired output. So firstly I will show you that currently inside my downloads folder I don't have any PDF. I will go to my Godot app. I'll click on generate PDF. The PDF was successfully generated because I get the success message on my label. And if I go back, here you can see this my PDF has been generated successfully. And if I click on my PDF, here you can see the hello Godot text. Now this video is not only restricted to PDF. You can generate any kind of file, but you will just have to change the MIME type and the extensions depending on what file you are trying to create. So yeah, let's get started. So firstly you will have to create an Android project using Android Studio. It can be a Jetpack Compose project or MTViews project, doesn't really matter. Once you create the project, just right click on your project, new module, Android library, and here you will just give some name, give my library and change package name, and click on finish. I have already created it, so won't create it again. Next, once you create this plugin or my library, you will have to go to the build.gradle.kts of my library. You will firstly have to add this Godot extension, Godot library. I am using 4.2.1, that's why I'm using this version, but if you are using some higher version in the future, make sure you replace this with the higher version. And here I have also added this lifecycle runtime because I want to use lifecycle scope, and I have also added this window library which will help us to get the device width and height. Next, you will have to open your library, go to Kotlin plus Java, and here I have created a file called Godot Android plugin. And here as you can see I have extended Godot plugin as well as lifecycle owner, and this is all boilerplate code for lifecycle stuff because we require a lifecycle scope. So you will just have to write this. This is how you get access to your download directory. My plugin name is just my plugin. If you want, you can give it a different name, but make sure you remember it because we will be referencing it in many places. Then I have overridden this get plugin signals, and I have registered one signal called test signal, but you can give a better name if you want to. And here I am calling this generate PDF, and you will send some string data from your Godot side. So here you can see that I am using lifecycle scope, and here inside our so there is something called internal storage in Android. So I'm using inside that I am creating a folder called my app, and inside that I have created this PDF so this is the name of the PDF. Also make sure if you are trying to generate a PDF, give it some different name. If you are trying to use the same name, the second or the third time you try to generate PDF, it gets corrupted because it adds an extension of 1 2 3. After your PDF extension, it adds a number of 1 2 3 4 5. That's why it gets corrupted. Just to resolve that, I have added this system.currentTime millis, but you can use a better approach if you want to, or if you want, you can add a check as well. If a PDF with same name exists, then delete that PDF and then create a new one. So here I have created our private directory. Then I'm using this PDF document, and I'm using paint. And here I'm calculating our window matrix height and width. Then I'm generating our PDF document. Then I'm just getting our canvas, setting the text size for our PDF, and just drawing text on the canvas. Then I'm calling finish page, and then I'm writing it to our directory, this particular PDF, closing it. Then I'm copying it to the downloads folder, whatever PDF which we have inside internal storage. And once we get the URI, if you want, you can print the URI as well, depends on you again. If you want to access this PDF again, or if you want, you can access it from your internal storage as well. And here I'm just sending signal back to the Godot side success. If in case any failure, then no URI, otherwise I'm just displaying error message. And this is the code to copy file to download. So if you are on above Android queue, then you will have to use content values.apply display name, mime type, size, and you will have to use resolver.insert, media store.download.external content URI. Else you will have to use something like this, activity.package name.provider, and here we have to use this file options. Then we have to use file provider.get URI for file. Then we have to open the output stream. Again, even I don't understand all this stuff, like I have just copy pasted it from Stack Overflow. So yeah, this is what it is. Next you will have to go to manifest, go to android manifest.xml, and here I have literally copy pasted again this from the Godot documentation. So this should be your plugin name and this should be your package name, in case you forgot. So this is your package name and this is your plugin name. Okay, once you do that, you will have to go to the project drop down, and inside the project drop down you will have to, inside my library, you will have to create a folder called export scripts template. Inside that, create a file called export_plugin.jd. and if you see, again I have copy pasted this from the Godot documentation. The important thing which you have to note is that instead of over here, you should write your own plugin name. Also you will have to override this extra method of get android dependency, because we require access to coroutines as well as lifecycle. So yeah, add these two things as well. Next you will have to create this plugin.cfg file as well. Again I have copy pasted it from the docs. The only thing which you will have to change is this plugin name over here, and change the description and author whatever you feel like. Next what you will have to do is, you will have to open your terminal, go to the root of your android project. So over here you will have to go, and then you will have to run this command .gradle assemble. Once you run this command, if you go to your library, build, outputs, AAR, here you should see two AAR files being generated. I have already copied those files to my Godot project, that's why you are not seeing it over here. Next you will have to go to create a Godot project. Inside that, create a folder called add-ons. Inside that, create a folder with your plugin name. Inside that, create a folder called bin, and inside bin create two folders, debug and release. Now you will have to copy the debug AR file to the debug folder and release AR file to the release folder. So I will just show you how. Once you have copied, you will have to change the name as well. So bin debug, and here it should be, so I have copied the debug file to the debug folder, and the name should be your plugin name -debug.ar. Similarly for release as well, your plugin name -release.ar. Also inside the plugin folder you will have to copy these two files. If you remember, we had created these two files inside our android plugin, so copy those two files. Next you will have to click on project, install android build template. I have already done that. Then click on export, click add android. Then here at the bottom you might be seeing fix import. Click on fix import, use check on this use Gradle build checkbox, and also make sure you enable all these architectures depending on what device you are running on. If you don't know, select all four architectures. Also make sure you are at least using target SDK 34, because I was facing some issue for 33 and Godot 4.2.1 still does not support 34. That's why I had to manually update it. Once that is done, let's see, did I forget some? Okay, next you will have to go to project settings, go to plugins, and here you will have to enable this checkbox. Once you enable this, and if you see inside my Godot layout, I have just taken a VBox container, a button as well as a label, and I have attached some script to it, and this should be your plugin name. And inside on ready, I am just initializing our plugin as well as connecting our signal, and on the button press I am calling generate PDF, and here you can see I was passing this string. And once we get data signal, once we get some signal data, I am just updating our label. I think that should be it. One more thing, let me just check if I made any changes inside the android build config.gradle. I think so, I made some changes. Yeah, here also you will have to update the compile SDK to 34, target SDK to 34, and build tools to 34.0.0. If you are using some higher version, then keep it as it is. Let me say check one more thing. Manifest, I don't think I have changed the android manifest. Yeah, I think that should be it. Thank you for watching. Bye.